Hello from the St. Mary's Railroad Museum and Model Railroad Club. What we've achieved tonight, Michael was down here. He left a little while ago. But the look we're trying to achieve here is a railroad museum. So you notice this spur line over here, okay? It's an active spur, all right? So it is connected to the main so it can get power. Well, it's going to run all through the back, and as you can see, it runs through the back and into the Canada area. So we'll take another look at that in a minute. But here we have our engine museum, and at one time these switches were connected, but once the property was donated to the Atlanta Museum here, then those switches were taken out and the track was left for the museum to put their trains on. And so we've got various locomotives here, everything from diesel to steam. And we've got there's a flagship Pennsylvania observation out here. Okay. Over here, this is an old dead track that's been abandoned for years. And looks like our vagrants have found it. And they're hanging out on this old flat car that's been abandoned. And in here, if you notice the fencing, there's a fenced area. Now this is, you want to keep people out. You don't want people wandering around. Looks like there's one person there checking out one of the diesels. And on this fenced area here, we even keep the trains fenced in, even the track fenced in. There's a little gate on the track. And that's inspired by the Gold Coast Railroad Museum. And in here we've got some fancy museum cars, Union Pacific observation, Baltimore and Ohio observation, Pennsylvania, Santa Fe observation. Our Pennsylvania's over here. There's a little caboose yard. We'll probably make that into a little caboose hotel or something later. And over here you got Southern Pacific observation, a couple of dome cars, Pennsylvania and McKinley Explorer from the Alaska Railroad. And over here you got a Durango Silverton and a couple of cabooses hanging out. So all in all, it's a pretty interesting railroad museum for the people to come and look at. And another thing that we did, we'll give you an overhead view of this. We had this switch just deadheaded right about here. So what we've done now is we've gone ahead and we've opened up this switch, so as you can see now it comes straight through as a good passing track for the inner main. And then again we've got our switches here and over here, and we talked about Canada. We can run over here. A couple of little additions to the platform as well. Looks like Poe Dameron parked his X-Wing there, and the Millennium Falcon's hanging out there, and there's another little Star Wars dude riding something back there. But we'll move those before Dylan comes in and freaks out. So over here is our Canada area, still to be completed by Michael. Over here, if you can see it, there's a Kylo Ren's First Order shuttle and a TIE fighter. So it looks like they're hanging out up to no good. Right now we've got a little couple of problems, so we're gonna just shut down the freight for now. But over here, as you can see, that's where the track came into the platform from the Atlanta area, and it runs over here and comes out right here into Atlanta. Into Canada rather. So you've got some coal cars there going on. So, and then we're back into our Folkestone area. So there's a lot more coming, a lot more detail. Please come check us out tomorrow. We're open every Saturday from 10 to 2. And we appreciate you coming out and supporting us. And we will see you on the rails.